Right, hi lads and lassies, welcome to NaKKa Coaching with Dynamite Dave. Oh, well, let's have a look if we got in. Right, we've got, first one in was Charlie the Boss Gray. Hiya Charlie mate, been sat there for about 10-15 minutes waiting, haven't you? Scottish lad does darts is in. Hiya Kieran, hope you're well mate. You've done some cracking reviews lately mate, really impressed with them, really good. Who else have we got in? Dave Bowie we've got in. And Skipper167, he's in. Ahmed Aloub. Hiya Ahmed. Hope you're well mate. Coming on leaps and bounds. Ahmed's from Australia and he's had a few online coaching sessions and he's doing really well. He's starting to like improve now. It's like an engine, it's starting to spin, it's starting to get better and better each week, which is brilliant. Whip it O's in. Hello there my man. That stuff's on its winging its way to you. I hope you got the thing of the tracking email. The stuff that I sent out for you in the first place, which I've just sent out again, they sent back because of the customs. Absolute nightmare filling the paperwork in and what have you, so I've gone with a different courier. And I've sent it with a different courier and there's a lot less paperwork and I'm hoping it'll go straight through. It's a subsidiary of Royal Mail and we don't normally get any problems with them. So fingers crossed that stuff should be with you hopefully in a fortnight or so. I'm assuming that you've got the thing of the the tracking number. I hope you have anyway. Right, so what we're going to do today is, first thing is I'm going to show you my little, I've actually developed this for the boot of the car because I've got one of them like little pockets in the back in the boot in the car, and what I've decided to do is stick myself a set of darts in there, so any time that I'm in my car and I'm passing the pub on the way home I can always drop in for a swifty. Shh, don't tell the missus. Drop in for a swifty and have a game of darts. Right, so what we're going to do is have a look at it. Pick this up from Pound Shop. I got it from Pound Shop and if you look it's quite decent quality actually, it's not bad at all. And as you can see it's got, well you can't see yet but you will in a second, as you can see it holds a set of darts, no problem whatsoever. You can see them there, they're my fingers, they're what I'm going to use tonight, which is the Love Darts Generation 1s. They're made up and ready to go. And in here. Lights in and some stems, which is handy, and obviously there's another little pouch there at the back, so there's two little pouches at the front, one for flights and stems, one for beer vouchers, because obviously you've got to have beer vouchers in your thing in your case, haven't you? There's no point in having a case, no point in having a set of darts if you ain't got no beer vouchers. So what we'll do is we'll get some beer vouchers and we'll put them in. So look in here. So there we go. The actual hole. What I can do with them, what I like about this is I just swap the darts that are in it. Every now and again, I'll like the thing, I've got the Love Darts in it at the moment and I've had them in for the last couple of weeks. Since the day after I got them when I did the review and what have you on them. From them, I've had them in here. And what I'll do is I'll just put a different set of darts in it every now and again. And just use it like that. And the good thing, at least one set of darts can't be beaten. Oh, and it's got a thing on back up and all, so you can actually clip it to your belt. So you can, if you've got a belt on, you can actually put that around your belt. Isn't that a cracking little thing? I hope everybody can hear me, but I never even thought of that. You coming out tomorrow. Obviously you can hear me because Kieran's just replied to me, so you must be able to hear me anyway. Which review have you got coming out tomorrow, Kieran lad? Who's just come in there? Midnight Sun. Hello from Alaska. Hiya mate, you alright? Whip It Odair's not too far away from you mate, he's in Finger, Ontario. Boeing's in, hiya mate, hope you're well. Right, so these are, like I say, they've spent a little bit of time languishing in the car. These are the Love Darts Generation 1s with the grenade grip on them, and I think everybody who's had a set of these will agree that they're really good, you know. He's a class act, that Finger, that Zachy Thornton. So we'll have a chuck on these before we actually open up for any NaKKa out like that. Oh, better take them out, haven't I? Oh, I had a coaching session. You can see where them darts are. I had a coaching session yesterday. Young lad who's come up. He's been a load of times, but he's not been since lockdown. He's been here a few times before that, and this was his first visit back after lockdown. Made a massive amount of progress. Hey, oi, 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 Savoy. Marco. I'm using them tonight, mate, and I've matched them up with some of my blue stems, my signature blue stems, and some of my flights. So, and I've just been telling everybody I've been using them in the pub since probably the day after I got them. So I've used them in there a few times. I used them when when Aileen Harvey was over here, and Graham Taylor, when Graham Taylor was over from America and Aileen was over from Yorkshire, I use these on the night time. So I've actually been using them. Right, what's Boehm? I've noticed Fallon has a very flexible wrist. Does a flexible wrist help in darts? No, not really. It all depends on what type of... See, the thing is we're going back to the same sort of like, it's not an argument, it's just the people who are playing darts now that are on the TV, right, 99.9% of them, it's like the stream, nice one, 99.9% of them have grown up just being given a set of darts and fling them at the board. And what they do is they spend years and years and years developing their own way, right? So if we go to somebody like, say, Phil Taylor, he throws from underneath his eye, spent years and years and years developing his actual system of doing it, and he got to a point where he became world champion. Now, if you think the way that you throw, you're throwing well enough to develop your own system to the point where you could be world champion or you could be fantastic in the pub, then you must be on the right path for you. What I'm doing, what I do as a darts coach who's going in a totally different direction than anybody's ever gone before, is what I've done is I'm going in a logical direction. So basically what I'm doing is I teach people how to throw darts the way that anybody can do it. Now, if you look at Justin Pipe, would you say that everybody should throw darts like Justin Pipe? Is that an easy way of throwing darts? The way that he the way that he slinks himself right down and he's lent right over on his leg and he's throwing like that. If you copied that, do you think you could become as good as him at it? It's very, very unlikely. The thing with the Dynamite Dave way is I try and eliminate as many elements out of the throw as possible. So you've got a lot of dart players and they're giving it all this and over and they're throwing all the body into it and everything, which is fantastic. If they've spent 10 or 15 years and they've perfected that, then that's great. But what I'm showing you is a mechanical way of throwing darts that you can be throwing to a fantastic standard, and I've proved this time and time and time again. Anybody that's on the stream now that's a candidate of mine will tell you anybody can do it. Anybody can do it, and anybody can become good at it in a reasonable amount of time. Now, like I say, people who are on the TV have spent 10, 15, 20 years perfecting what they do to become fantastic at it. Whereas with the Dynamite Dave way, because I strip everything out of it and make it so as the only moving part, your 2 feet are welded to the floor, and the only moving part is your elbow. So the only two elements that you've got in it are your elbow and your actual release. There's nothing else in it. Your arm remains the same, it remains level. Your actual tick-tock remains the same. All that alters is when you go into different parts of the board, and this is the fantastic thing about the Dynamite Dave way, right? When you're coming down for double 16, if you look at the players that throw now on the TV, you will notice small differences in when they're going for a treble 20 from when they're going for a double 16, because they throw down. Dynamite Dave way, you adjust the body and the throw remains exactly the same. The arm speed will alter very, very slightly if you're going up for double top, and you may choose to reduce it a tiny little bit if you're going down for double 19 or double 3. But other than that, when you're going, it doesn't matter whether you're going for double 6, double 11, and my candidates will tell you this, doesn't matter whether you're going for double 12 or double 15. The arm speed remains the same, everything in the throw remains exactly the same. You're still only using those 2 elements all you're doing is adjusting your body position to go down for it. And if you look in the board now, I don't actually on, but if he does turn up on, he's called Declan, and if he turns up on the stream tonight, he will tell you that that finish there, right, was double top, 4 double top, and I hit that in the close. We were doing the legs, going through, and I always play 3 or 4 or 5 legs or whatever it is at the end of a coaching session, because let's not forget, lads and lasses, this is what it's all about. Your coaching sessions are there to make it so as you can play well. So if you ever come to be coached off me, the last part of the session, the last 15 minutes or so, is always throwing. It's always playing a game, and I will get you to that sort of standard. And it'll take a lot less time than 20 years, I can promise you that. Right, so less of the waffling and let's have a chuck. Right, let's have a read of what's going on. Oh, Stu McNally's in. Hi, Stuart, mate. Hope you're well. Right, let's see if we can get this back up a little bit so as I can read what's happened. Oi, oi, Savaloy. As a down. Fantastic, fantastic. The only thing that I would change, but only for me, it's only for me, Marco, is the thing of the shape is a straight barrel. For me, I love the elongated rugby ball. If you can imagine the Carrera C3, that sort of dart, the Fallon Sharrocks, they're a really nice dart to throw for me. And it's just a preference of the way that I grip the dart. So the Dynamite Dave grip, it works on anything. Whatever you do, don't get me wrong, I'll do it with my finger with my right hand. Right, so there we go. That's the Dynamite Dave grip, and like I say, it works on any shape of dart. It doesn't matter what it is. Let's get something that's wacky. Let's get something that is wacky. Where are you? Oh, they're not in there. They've been transferred down here. Right, so let's go from that straight barrel to something that is completely different. Now look at that. They're the thingy. They're the Loxley Robbins. Yeah. And look how well they fit into the Dynamite Dave grip. I've got the head of the arrow right on the front of my finger there, so the actual grip fits perfect onto them. It fits perfect onto about 99.9% of darts. It's just some of the really strange shaped ones. Let's go from that one, just to prove it, from that one to a totally, right, so you can see that one, that is the thing of the shot Drakkar, which, as you can see, is fat at the back and just tapers right down to the front. Same again, just get hold of it in the Dynamite Dave way, and the grip is perfect again. So there's only very few shapes that the Dynamite Dave grip won't work with. Very few. There is one or two, there's bound to be, but it's very few and very far between. And if you can hear a load of banging going on, it's me whacking the microphone, unfortunately, with the roller blind, because the roller blind's it and I'm lifting it up and down to get me darts. But yeah, as a dart, the grip, Mark, the grip is fantastic. This grip is revolutionary. It's really good, because it's got sections that are fine, so you've got that nice sharp feel to it, but there's also sections like the grenade section on it that have got quite the big enough spaces for your skin to drop into, and that's where you get your feeling of control. You can have a really grippy, really sharp dart which doesn't feel like you've got a lot of control over it, whereas you can have a dart that's like a 1.5 to 2 grip that you would actually feel when you're actually running your fingers across it, but when it sits in your hand, as your skin drops into it, you've got more torque transfer on it. That's see, being an engineer, this is the way I think of things, like tyres. Tyres on a road, you've got torque transfer from the tyre to the tarmac, and that's how I sort of like rationalise in my head how the darts feel for me. Is like when you've got good torque transfer on them, or you've got like a good sharp shallow grip, and your barrels have it's too close together, and so it feels too shallow. It doesn't feel like you've got as much control over them. Whereas the new ones, and I know I'm going off at a tangent, I'm supposed to be talking about your dart, but I'm just using as a comparison. The new darts that he fetched out, they have got a lot better grip on them. I mean, I think you've just done a review on them, haven't you? I haven't actually managed to catch that one yet, but I will watch it. I'll watch it after this stream. I find with that, the new ones, there's like a bigger gap in them, so there's more torque transfer between my fingers and the actual dart itself. There's more sort of like, as I throw the dart, I feel like I've got more, I can transfer more kinetic energy to the dart itself for less effort with grip and less effort with the drive as your hand goes forward. So yeah, these absolutely awesome, mate. Absolutely awesome. I love them to bits. I'll actually get to throw them in a minute when I finish waffling, maybe. I do love this though. I do love the talking bit. Shouldn't do. What I should do is, like when we're doing the NaKKa, I should do one of them a week, shouldn't I? And one where I just purely do this sort of stuff, talking about things, because it's something that I got away from, and I think a lot of people like this. At least I hope they do, anyway. Yeah, Kieran did a cracking review of the darts. I'm just like scrolling down here, see what, yeah. How does Richie Burnett jump all over the hockey? What do you mean, how does he do it? You've seen him do it, he just does it. And you'll find he's like a 1 in a million, for the simple reason is, and it doesn't work that well, does it? Because otherwise he'd be on the telly all the time, whereas he's in the Modus League instead. So he's the technique that he uses isn't reliable enough to put him onto the world scene. He's on the Modus stuff, the same as like Fallon Sharrock. She isn't in all the competitions. You don't see her in the players' championships and stuff like that. It's very rare you see her in there, and if you do see her in there, she doesn't get very far, which is a shame, because if I don't know whether you guys have watched it, but she did 100 and odd average. It was a big average anyway for her, a really good average, and she played fantastic in it. But that's no good if you can only do it once. If you can only do that once every 3 months, it's good, but it's not good enough, if you know what I mean. Same with Richie Burnett. I think, did he do a 9 darter or something? But I bet it's probably the only one he's ever done, whereas you've got people like Michael Van Gerwen who's had Christ knows how many. You've got Phil Taylor who's had God knows how many. That's the difference, you see. That's the difference in the way that people are, and the way that the repeatable throws, like Phil Taylor's throw is ultimately repeatable. Peter Wright's is ultimately repeatable. Even people like Gary Anderson, you look at the way he throws, totally different than the way I throw, but his throw is repeatable. It is mechanical if you watch it carefully. It's just totally differently mechanical than mine is. But I would offer to suggest that learning to throw like Gary Anderson would be a hell of a lot harder than learning to throw the Dynamite Dave way. You might agree with that, you might not. Stu here, Stu McNally. Hi Kieran. Stu, evening Dave. Hiya mate, hope you're well. A 9 darter yesterday. Oh, shine, lights disappeared on me. Doved up there. A 9 darter yesterday. It's incredible he hit it when you look at his strange throw. Yeah. Well, the thing is, like I said at the beginning of it, he's like a 1 in a million, a bit like Jockey Wilson. Well, I mean, look at Jockey Wilson. How on earth did he even hit the board? The way that he threw sometimes. Same with Dave Chisnell. How can he be probably one of the best 180 hitters in history? Yet the way that he throws is unreliable. You've got to admit this. All right, he is in the rankings, and he's in the rankings like permanently, but he's always a ways down there, because he comes to quite a lot of televised tournaments, doesn't he? He gets into the televised tournaments, be it by qualifying, which is few and far between, or straight in there, as a lot of them do. They get straight in there, and then what Dave Chisnell tends to do is he'll go through the first, second, and maybe third round and play out of his skin, sometimes into the quarterfinals, once or twice into the semi-finals, and he's won one. I think he's won 1 or 2 titles, is it? But only like minor ones. Very, very difficult to sustain that throw for an elongated period of time. It's very, very difficult. And again, he's been at that. I was talking to Carl at St Helens Darts, as it is now, formerly known as A180, and Dave Chisnell worked there many years ago, and he's been playing darts since he was a teenager. So from being a teenager to being 30 odd, I think he is now, obviously it's a lot of years to develop that throw and become consistent, reliable-ish, and do okay with it. Whereas the Dynamite Dave way, the way that I've developed this and the way that I see it is I want to fetch all the pub players up. So what that does is in 10 years time, the actual standards and everything, and a lot more people, darts referee commented on this as well, and I've seen it myself at Stockport Disability Darts and other places. A lot of the youngsters are now starting to throw in a mechanical way. For the simple reason is it's easier to do, it's easier to repeat, and if it's that, it's ultimately more reliable, more accurate, and more dependable, and easier to fix when something goes wrong. If you think about it, if you're giving it all this, when you throw in your darts, and something goes wrong, how do you work out which element of that has gone wrong? If you're doing that, can't be that hard to find out what's going wrong, can it, and put it right? It's just logical to me. Right, where are we now? Oh, Richie seems to lose his leg on the third dart. Yeah, he does. His leg goes up in the air. So you think about it, right? On his third dart, he's actually throwing one-legged. Do me a favour. Next time you're in front of a dartboard, you try standing on one leg and throwing your darts and see how far you get. And that's what's happening, is if you've got your leg right out behind you and you leant right forward, as you throw the dart, your back leg comes up off the floor. When you're releasing that dart, you're actually stood on one leg. So when your back foot lifts off the floor, even if it's half a second before you release the dart, you've got half a second of ultimate wobbliness as you're releasing the dart. But you won't even know you're doing it. And that's another massive thing when people actually come for coaching. And it'd be great if there was a couple of people on here that have actually been here for coaching, physically been here, and I actually show them, because I've got all the camera equipment, and now what I do is I video the feet, I video every aspect of them, and we stand there and go through it together. And I just say to them, I say, well, look at that. When you're actually throwing the dart, when you're releasing it, you're actually on one leg instead of on two. So try it this way, put both your feet flat on the floor, and within 5 minutes, the fingers are sort of like, wow, why haven't I been doing this for years? What on earth have I been doing? The difference that's made just standing with both feet on the floor, it's just unbelievable. And it just is. Right, where are we? Dan Petit. Hiya mate, hope you well. Oh, good day, thank you. That's Stuart. Dan Petit, hi Dave. As you are playing some exceptional hours, I was wondering if you had any intentions of entering the qualifiers for the seniors. I've already paid my money, mate. I've already paid my money, so fingers crossed. I haven't had any information back yet, apart from the acknowledgement that I've paid me 200 NaKKa. Obviously, I'm just waiting now, so I don't know whether I'm in, whether it's there's so many and they get all the things in, and then there's some form of drawing it out the hat. If there's too many people, I don't know how it's going to work. But all I can say to you, between me, you and the gatepost, are 200 NaKKa's in, and I'm just waiting for whatever happens next. I know it's at the Circus Tavern. It told us that. I know it's I think, is it November the I think it's the first or second week end in November. So that's all sorted. As soon as I actually get a confirmation that I can do that, and what do you call it, I can book the time off work, providing that I'm not already off, because I don't work weekends now. So fingers crossed that'll be able to done. The way that it's working, from like I say, the information that they've sent back, is there's going to be 3 tournaments over 3 days. I think it's 3 tournaments over 3 days, if I remember rightly, or 3 tournaments over 2 days. So you've got 2 cards, and then I think it's either 2 cards or 3 cards and a wild card. So it might go off whoever's won the most legs, or whoever's had the highest average, other than the actual 3 winners, because don't forget, James Wadey styler, you can have a bigger average even though you've not won. So I don't know how that'll work, but it'll come out in the wash and I'll be able to tell you guys as I find out. Right. Dean Brown. Alright, Dave, Alright, Dean, you alright, lad? Alright, the bet. It's got this lad, doesn't it? What shape? What the DD? The one that I struggle with the most is like, I think Shot do one. Shot do one, and there's a few that do them, and it's like a straight barrel at the back with a big fat ball on the end of it. That sort of thing, it pushes my grip too far forward onto the point. Or if I go too far back, because they're seriously front weighted, the darts like fly badly. And one thing you will notice, or anybody who's been here, or on the slow motion ones that I've done, you'll notice when I throw the darts, they go, and that's why it doesn't matter what size flights or what size stems I use, because it's all about air pressure. And because my darts, when I throw them, go through virtually just, not flat, but a shallow arc straight into the board where I want them to go. They just go in a nice shallow arc. Well, they go into the board where I want them to go, and I'm not doing it frigging live when on a live stream. But anyway, they're going in nice, and then, but then if my hand's too far back on them, as you're releasing them, the dart nose is too high in the air, so it sort of like drags the flight down, and then it comes back up, and the actual darts nose dive into the board. But anything with a straight barrel, anything with an elongated rugby ball, anything that's back weighted, that's like a cone that goes forward, anything like that works perfectly with a DD grip. It's just those like seriously crazy types shapes where you've got like a straight barrel and then like a ball on the end of it, like a very stubby, like a real rugby ball shape, I suppose I've seen. Are those the Shot? Are these Shot? Is it something to do with the Roman Empire? They do a barrel like that, like a long straight one, and then like a ball on the end of it. I think there's a few different ones out there, but they're the ones that stick in my mind that I couldn't chuck. Well, I couldn't chuck them. It just didn't work very well for me. Do you have any plans to develop dynamite darts? Yes, I do, mate. But the thing is, you see, is I want the right sort of product, and I've not got a manufacturer. I can get Zachy to do me a shape and what have you, and I know exactly what I want. But again, I want them to be really, really good quality darts, like the Shot darts. But what I want to try and do is make them so as they're not so ridiculously expensive. So I want something that's really nice, something that depicts the Dynamite Dave, something that throws the way that I like it to throw. So there'll probably be 2 generations that come out straight away, or 2 versions of the first generation. There'll be a straight barrel dart, and there'll be an elongated rugby barrel type dart. The straight barrel dart, the idea that I've got is it actually being a stick of dynamite. So that is what I would like it to be. I mean, how we're going to do that with the design, I'm not absolutely sure, but I'm sure Zachy or some dart designer, if Zachy doesn't want to do it, will be able to come up with something really good along those lines. So what I'd like is a barrel, so you've got it, so it looks like in a red, so it looks like a stick of dynamite. It's got some nice grip on it, and then it's got down the barrel, Dynamite Dave, actually down the length of the barrel, instead of it going round the barrel. So that's what I'm hoping for. So it might be a matter of cutting the darts and then putting a flat, not a flat, but a blank section, even if it's a short blank section in it, where we can actually put the Dynamite logo on it. And then obviously the flights will be the Dynamite Dave flights. They'll be possibly, like off the back of it, you'll have the shaft, which will be like a goldy sparkly sort of shaft to depict the fuse. And then maybe the flights, I'm thinking of like type thing, or maybe just red with Dynamite Dave written on them. But you know what I mean, it's all up here at the moment. But yes, I am going to fetch my own darts out, but I don't know when it will be, because when I do them, they'll have to be absolutely bang on. I want them to be absolutely right. I suppose a bit like the thing that the other lads have. They've got to be right before you fetch them out, because I don't want to fetch anything out that's not absolutely bang on for you, or the right sort of money. So again, that's the thing, is you've got to buy them in a big amount of bulk, like the darts referee. Don't forget he's got 30 odd thousand subscribers, so the chances of him selling 400 sets of darts, which you think is what he's sold in, he virtually sold them out before they'd even landed on his doorstep. But I don't think that I will get anything like that. So to get the scale, to get the price down, is going to be challenging. But I'm up for the challenge and I'll keep working on it. Right, where are we? Crossfire Detroit. Hiya mate, hope you're well. Midnight Sun. Yes, you should. Dave Darts, right, we'll get down to the bottom here and then we'll have a go on NaKKa. Graham Taylor's in, top man. Crossfire, hi Dave, long time fan. Any chance of you coming to the States for a quick match with me and my mates? Listen, you might be laughing at that, but this is like my sort of philosophy. What my ambition is, and that's why I think I'm just sort of like speaking to you. Most of the lads will already know this. At one point, I wouldn't monetize my channel. I wouldn't have that at all. But ambitions have moved on now. From the early days of Dynamite Dave and me coaching people and what have you, that was just like a small hobby for me. And now it's like developing into the point where it's going to swing from a big hobby into a business. And then when it does that, then I'm hoping that once I get my own premises and what have you, and I will be able to have like a proper Dynamite Dave Central. Then once I've got the thing of the coaching on a daily basis, and for want of an horrible phrase, when the money starts coming in, then obviously once it's paid for my wages, there'll be hopefully a little bit profit to one side where I can build that up, because there's a good few places I want to come. What I want to do is somewhere in the States. So I don't know whether it'll be 1, 2 or 3 or 4 dates, but this is all like in the future. It's not now, it's probably in another 12 months or maybe 2 years time. What I'd like to be able to do is hire some venues and go round the States. I've got a lot of fans in the States, a hell of a lot of them. I've got a lot of fans in Canada. I've got a lot of fans in Northern and Southern Ireland. I've got quite a few fans over in the Netherlands. So I get quite a lot of contact from quite a lot of lads in the Netherlands. So yes, I would love to be able to come and do that. But it might mean you might have to travel a bit and you might have to buy a ticket. So, but that is obviously, I can't travel to the States for free because I can't afford to do that. But yes, I'd love to be able to get it to that point. I certainly would, mate, and I'd love to be able to come over and see you. And you never know, one day, mate, I might just knock on your front door. So you never know. That's my ambition in life. I'd love to be able to do that. Go and see some of the people that have made made Dynamite Dave and this channel what it is. And that's the people who've donated to me all these years. And there's quite a few donated to me. It's a large amount of money to me every month. It's not a large amount of money as in like wages type money, but he donates to what I consider to be a considerable amount of money every month out of his own pocket, which, like I say, chokes me up a bit because it shows the respect and the thing and the belief that he has in the Dynamite Dave way and the way that it works. And it's just been growing and growing and growing. And I really do hope I can get to that point where I can come and see some of you guys, because I'd really love to do that. I've got to get up to Scotland. I've got to go and see Neil. I've got to go down south and I've got to go and see the darts referee. I've got to go and see Mark. There's lots of travelling that I need to do, but I've got to get the money to be able to do it. Right, so where are we at now? So yes, I would love to be able to do that. Mr. Crossfire from Detroit. Graham Taylor, I had Graham, mate, hope you're well. I've fingered them stickers, the last lot of stickers that have just arrived that I want to send to you. I've got quite, well, not a large package, but what it's going to be is it's going to be a tube. So what I'm going to do is, if you remember when you were at our house, this, oh, let me go and get them. We've got them. I've got them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you them. There's 2 of them for your thingy, for your race car. So I've got 2 of them for your race car. I've got loads of stickers. What I'm going to do is send you some flights, the stickers, and I've got some finger QR codes now. I've got some QR code stickers. Oh, thanks Dave, mate. Absolute star. Dave Bowie's just come in with a tenner. Thank you so much, mate. It does it on our channels and right, so where we at? At some point we'll get a game of NaKKa in, won't we? And I might actually even get a gob full of my beer. Cheers lads and lasses. Alright, where are we at? Hiya Wayne, mate. You're not late. Back in the classroom, lines for you, Sonny, and any more of your cheek, and you'll have one of them right across your backside. Yay! Right, see who else we've got here. Oh, Dave's in. David's in with a tenner. Nice one, mate. Absolute star. Thank you so much. Right, I'm trying to find out where we are now. I'm a bit stuck. Yeah, Roman Empire legions. Yeah, the Roman Empire legions. I think. What are they? The maidens. Is it the maidens? Nice one, mate. Thanks for putting that up. Oh, Garen Brown's in. Hi, Garen, mate. Now, this fella is a serious dart player. Garen, serious dart player. And I did say I'd get in touch with him. Garen, can you do me a massive favour, mate? Can you find me on Facebook and send me a friend's request? Hang on, I'm just breaking these teeth in for me gran. Can you send us a friend's request? I've had a look and I can't find you on Facebook, so if you can try and find me or try and get a message to me and what have you, because I'd love to have a bit of a chat with you. I'd love to have a bit of a chat and what have you about a few things. I'm doing fine. Right, so I'm seeing now, where are we? Midnight sun. Yeah, too right. Well, do you know something? You want to do that, and so does Mr. Migalski. So does the ton machine, Megaton Migalski. He wants to do that, and Alltecker's fishing. Yeah, oh, yes, very laggy. Oh, you're kidding me, not again. It's enough to drive me crackers. Is it lagging now? Because my finger, what do you call it, my actual stream, it's saying the stream health is good. Do you know what drives me crackers this? I'm going to have to get 5G, aren't I? I'm going to have to get 5G. Top one, nice one, Garen. Yeah, anyone else's stream really laggy? No, it's probably not just you. The last few weeks, lads and lasses, if it's laggy, I'm really sorry, but like I say, the last few weeks it's been an absolute nightmare. I don't know why. It's just gone downhill proper. For weeks and weeks it was alright, even with NaKKa on and everything, it was perfectly fine. And now for some reason it appears to have gone downhill. I'll tell you what I'll try and do for Monday's stream is I'll get a cable in. I'll put a cable in. So I'll run it through an Ethernet cable instead of running it through Wi-Fi, because it's quite possible that's where the problem is, isn't it? Quite possible. Oh, plus the other thing is I'm streaming live on YouTube. I think I'm on Twitch and on Facebook and all. So I don't know whether that makes any difference. I don't know whether it goes out from here and then it's distributed from Streamlabs end, or whether it's distributed from my end through Streamlabs and out. I don't know. I don't know whether that'd make any difference or not. See, I'm not just something I can do about that. Just not very good with technology. What I want is this to sort it out for me so I can just put it on and away I go. But doesn't seem to work like that. Right, where are we now? Right, lads and lasses, there we go. We've got the what do we call it, up the code now. So if anybody wants to have a little bit of a chat with us, I've not even had a warm-up throw yet, but there it is on the screen, and it's PYA. So provider must be giving. I don't know about the bandwidth, but my actual upload speed, believe it or not, is 73 megabytes a second. So they reckon you only need 15. They reckon Streamlabs say you only need 15 or 16. So I can't get my head around why it is the way that it is. Like I say, the only thing I can think of doing is shoving an Ethernet cable in, and hopefully that will take away all the anomalies, because I'm on fibre. I'm on fibre right into the house, and my upload speed and my download speed, they run at virtually the same. I think the download speed is about 10. I think it's about 10 megabytes a second, so it's 80 odd MBS, and the upload is 70 odd MBS. So 70 odd. If you only need 15, there should be no glitches in it whatsoever, should they? Really? Sent you a friend request on Facebook. Nice one. Hello. Hang on, let me just get you up here. It's Mark the Marvel. Hiya mate, hope you well. I'll give you the throw. Even though I've not actually chucked it out yet. No, neither am I when I first on, mate. I'll be poo. Good darts. Dirty Gertie. $60. Darts. Oh, 121. Good steady darts. Ton. Oh, 124, pulled it. Darts. Oh, bounce out. 30 scored. Unlucky. Oh, no score. Unlucky. Oh, 18 scored. Be alright when I warm up. Takes me a bit. Good darts. Right, here we go. $60. Ton. Ton. Good cover shot. $59. $41. Good steady darts. $43. Darts. Oh, 80 scored. I just pulled it a bit. Oh, no score. On the wire again. Yeah, unlucky. That's in though. Good darts. Well played. Oh, 83. Darts. Oh, 81. Good dart, last dart. 100. Oh, 41. Garbage. 60. $40. Fantastic, that great ball finish, brilliant darts. I enjoyed that, mate. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed that, mate.
Yes, mate. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Brilliant darts. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. See you later.
Ta-ra, mate. Well, what can we say? Right, is the stream still there? Is it still working? Are we still dead laggy? Provider, Alan Brown just sent you a friend request yet. Brown, if you've done a test on, sometimes they say up to 75, but you, when you measure. Well, I'm sat here to Charlie 73.4, whatever it is, megabytes a second upload speed. So I don't know, it might be something I'm doing, mate. I'm thinking I'm crap with technology. It's like this when it says, do you want to stream on Facebook and Twitch and what have you? I just click the button so they go on. Now, whether that makes a difference or not, I don't know. I'm probably like really naive and stuff like that, but that's just the way I am. Daft as a brush. Paul, well, just a nice chap, yeah, certainly is. Damn good player and all. I'll get better though. Hopefully. Hopefully I don't get worse. Right, so I don't know whether the thingy Mike from Love Darts has gone, but absolutely awesome set of darts, and I think they look wicked like this with the blue, the black, the blue, and then obviously it's got the black in the flights and what have you. I think they just look, they look really aggressive. I love them, and the grip on them is brilliant. It's just got the right amount of spaced out grip and shallow grip as well. Really good. Right, could somebody type and tell me if I'm still on? Do you know something? It's awful when you don't know whether you're actually still broadcasting or not. It's enough to do your head in. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm still here, am I? Just about. Ain't too funny. still on, mate. Thank goodness for that. I thought I'd disappeared down the memory hole. I'll get it sorted. I've said what I'll do is I'll again, but the thing is, you see, is then it starts chewing even more money out of the pot. See, I could get 5G to do the streams, but again, if I do that, you're talking another, whatever it is, 30 quid a month or something like that, 35 quid a month, and that's another £35 a month out of the pot. So it's just, it's what to choose for the best. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to tell you, lads and lasses, before somebody else comes in on the NaKKa stream, everybody who donated last month, thank you so much. Like I say, it's going to Stockport Disability Darts. I'm going there tomorrow. I'm going out for a ride on my motorbike first, so I'm probably not going to be able to take my camera equipment with me, but I'll have my phone, and what I'll do is I'll see if I can think, if Nathan Aspinall's there, I'll see if I can get a little bit of somebody do a little bit with me phone or something like that, a little bit of a video or something. And Ben, who's the organiser of it, he's the one who started it all off and everything, absolute star. But yeah, that's where I'm going tomorrow. I'm going down to Stockport Disability Darts, and I'm going to take them the cheque for the money. I'm going to take them the Nathan Aspinall darts, and maybe a few other bits and bobs. I'll take some stickers and stuff like that as well. So I'll spoil them a bit. If I get back early enough and I can go in my car, then what I might do is I might whip up there. I might give my dartboard a couple of dartboards or something, so they'll be able to raffle them off then to hopefully raise even more money for the actual Stockport Disability Darts. Really, really good cause. Even if you donate to them separately, directly, really good cause. They think they do some wonderful work for darts, because they've got the disability darts, and they also do a little bit of a youth academy as well. So that's always of our sport. If we want to TV in years to come, what we've got to do is we've got academies. As I say, thanks to of absolute stars, and I love you all to death, and there's nothing you can do about it. Right, 100. Oh, Brendan Jordan's in. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on here then? Hope you're all well. We're all well. Oh, I tell you what, it's warm. It's getting to that time of night again. It's just the temperature just seems to build in this room for some reason. But the great thing is I've been having a bit of trouble with my knees and all lately. They've put me on some new medication, so the fact that I'm actually throwing at the standard that I am throwing at, I'm absolutely amazed, because I feel a bit wobbly, a bit not high, but a bit odd at times. And I just get like bouts where I feel really, really tired, and I feel I have trouble keeping my eyes open. But what I've done today is me and the missus have spent about 3.5, I think it was about, so it was nice and hot and thingy, restore my muscles and what have you around my knees. And I don't feel too bad tonight, to be honest with you. I don't feel bad at all. So, oh, you're on a thing, you're doing a football card, lad? Thingy, promote it on here. Tell everybody, get the thingy the free quids in. I'd have a go on it, Kieran, you know I would, mate, but I haven't got PayPal anymore, so can't. It's an absolute crippler. Not having PayPal is a crippler, but to be honest with you, I can't say that I regret it, because they're horrible people. Absolutely horrible people. Kieran car or card? No, it's a card for a car. It's BOTV'd, or whatever it is. £81. Oh, creaky floorboards. Ooh, 25. Come on, there's got to be somewhere out there that's... what I might do is I might take the tag off it, because 20:01, we've got another half an hour. It's actually gone really well tonight. I've really enjoyed it, lads. I really have. I'd say lads and lasses, but we've got no Eileen, have we? Normally we have Aileen on. Eileen. That reminds me, I've got to get some photographs too, haven't I? I'm a terrible, forgetful old Hector. Oh no! Did you see that? I bet he's broke one of my shafts. Oh, that was lucky. Oh no, it wasn't. It has broke it. God damn. Yeah, 2 knackered knees and a damaged ankle. I've had one replaced, but I don't know whether this has affected it or not. But if you've been looking into having your knees done, what they do is, like, the end of your knee is like you've got a ball and socket, haven't you? On kneecap, foot, like that. It's like an hinge joint, and what they do is they whip the top of it off, and then what they do is they bore an hole right down the middle of your bone, probably about that long, and a steel pin goes in it with a frame. It's like a tent peg. Looks like a big off tent peg. What they do is they put that inside your bone. They put cement in, that in with an hammer. Well, the actual bone, when they hold it, they have this jig for the drill to go on, because it's just like a drill out your shed, only obviously clean. And they drill down into your leg. And what they did with me is they put the jig on wrong, and what happened was they actually drilled through the side of my bone. So like my bone, you've got a straight piece of bone like that. The actual drill went into it at an angle, so it came out of the bone and split all the bone round the top where the joint should have been. So they had to fill all that with cement and then put it all back together. So whether that's caused some of the problems that I'm having now or not, I don't know. But I've got to say though, I've got fantastic movement in it. They told me that I wouldn't be able to kneel on it and stuff like that, which I can. I don't mean the actual surgeon. The surgeon was brilliant. He said to me, he says, the only thing, he said, that you won't be able to do, he said, is things that you don't believe you'll be able to do. He says, I'm telling you now, he said, there's no reason whatsoever why you can't kneel on it. You can't bend it to the same degree as your natural knee. He says you can. He said, so, he said, there's no reason why you can't do that. So what I did was, I just worked tight. I worked and worked. I was in the hot tub, bending down, standing up, and then I got in the gym, and I was seat pressing. I was doing everything I could, but it only got to a certain point. I mean, like I say, I can kneel on it. The only thing I can't do is sit back on my haunches. I can't get it to bend that so as it's like that, so I can actually put my foot, top of my foot on the floor and sit on my actual legs. Other than that, I can get to within, I'd say, a couple of inches of it, but not. Oh, it's not the best. it's not the worst, but it's not the best. Now let's take you down off here. Whether you can see that, that's me. Is that too close? No, you can actually see it, can't you? So, yeah. Yeah, you can actually see it there. So they cut from there all the way up to there. And then what they do is they take your skin back there, and what they do is they split the leg in half. So it's sort of like they take the tendons from the sides, they cut the tendons and everything, so your leg will sort of like come in half. And then they cut a section off the top of that bone and a section off the top of that, and they put like a piece in the middle that mimics your actual kneecap. A lot of people think that it's sort of like a big ball and socket or a big hinge thing, but it's not. It's not small by any means, but it's not like a proper full knee thing. It's like two 2 slices. And the great thing is with these new ones, I've got the latest one, the titanium one, but it's got the sections between, or should I say the 2 sections, the top and bottom section, in the future they're held on with Allen keys, so they can actually split the knee open with keyhole surgery from the side, and they can take the 2 plates off and replace them, so they can take the old knackered ones away and put your 2 new ones in. I suppose like having 2 new tyres on, going with keyhole surgery. Obviously they don't have to do anything with your tendons around the sides of your knees or anything, so when they replace them, they reckon a fortnight and you're up and running again. So it's a bad one to start off with, but it's just one of them things happen, don't they? Yeah, that's what I got. That I'm in, we have stacks of bread, and the actual breads themselves, obviously the actual one loaf is 800 grams, so like nearly 8/10 of a kilo, and then you've got the basket, so the actual stacks weigh 100 kilos, so that's probably the equivalent of like a 13 stone bloke. Right, so we've got somebody in for a game now. Let's get on to the old NaKKa and see how we go. Oh, it's Garen. Hiya, Garen, mate.
That's it, mate. How you doing, Dave?
I'm alright, mate. I'm ready for a good pasting. It's free.
Very cold, very cold.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I wish it was a bit cooler here. Too warm.
I wish it was a bit warmer out.
Right, go on, mate. Shoot a chuck first.
Right, good night, Dave.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
Anyone?
Darts. 43.
One C9.
Great darts. Ton.
Good odds. Uh, 141.
Again, good darts again, fella.
That's fine. Done.
Brilliant darts.
Yeah.
83.
There. Come on. There, mate. You're wasting it now. No score.
Yeah, it's, to be honest with you, I do that. If I end up on 5 or something, to be honest with you, I'd rather be back on. I'd rather be back on the thing on the. I'd rather be back on 40.
Yeah, quite right.
Especially when you've got you've got 6 darts anyway. 43.
First off.
Yeah, good darts, mate. Brilliant play. 60. come on. 36. Terrible. That was so close.
No, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it at all.
No, so you couldn't see, yeah, I couldn't see her outside of it. Oh, come on, David. 40. Terrible. Going down the manhole. Steady Eddie. $180.
Nice one, Dave.
Thank you. Good darts. $100.
Yeah, good eye.
Thank you.
Come on. What's that? 35, 55.
Right. Oh. Ah. 28.48.
Oh. Oh, don't want it.
No.
42.
Yeah. Came in 3. Right in
Yeah,
it.
Dave, good
Yeah.
luck, mate.
Thank you. Willie, I've actually took a leg off you. I'm impressed with myself.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, rubbish. 62.
Unlucky.
Hey,
Oh, here we go.
wasted darts.
Oh, 41.
Bad. Why is it flying like that? 40.
Yeah, yours are landing slightly to the left, aren't they?
Correct, yes.
Oh. 15.21. Too busy talking.
Flights, are you,
Yeah, go on. Sorry, Garen, what did you say?
changed my flight. I said I changed my flights yesterday from the Swift flights to the pear-shaped flights.
Yeah, and are you finding a flight, like a flight path problem?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's that.
Try adjusting your arm speed.
Here we go again. Oh. All over the place.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, you were doing all right before. So it's just something that's kicked in. Oh, come on, 22. Copped a deflection there.
Uh, 46. Sorry. 21, 40, 60.
Good darts. Steady darts.
Counter.
57.
There we go.
Good darts. Right. 60.
Okay.
60. Steady Eddie.
Come on. 39.
Unlucky. 60. Limping along.
Second dart.
Yeah, good darts.
And
No problem. Right. $140.
there we go, Dave.
Aye.
Come on. 41.
Oh, 81.
There. 140.
Good darts.
Yeah.
66.
There. 135.
Again, great darts.
Thanks, mate.
140.
Darts.
Tap.
Let's come back.
Yeah, trying to claw it back a bit.
Mm.
4 darts. Just outside. 16 scored. Awesome. Brilliant. Great finish. Great finish. Really well cleaned up that, mate. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Like I say, me and you'll have to get together and have half an hour, 45 minutes of playing. Yeah, well, when I finish the stream, it'll either be after I finish the stream or sometime tomorrow. I'll get in touch with you, yeah?
Yeah, no problem, mate.
Right, thanks, Garen. See you soon.
Enjoy, Dave. Thanks, my friend.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Well, there we go. Fantastic game against Garen Brown there. Really enjoyed that. Nice to slap that old 180. I only got one 180, but it's really nice to get one. And that finish, I actually managed to take a leg off him. I'm chuffed to bits. I'm chuffed to bits. Choppy for anyone else. Yeah, it's choppy, mate. I'm sorry about it, but it's a little bit laggy and that. Like I say, it's probably me because I'm not really good with technology. And what I'll do is I'll have to get somebody who's technically minded in, because it's quite possibly, it shouldn't be though. It shouldn't be the bit rate on my cameras or anything, because like I say, I tested it before we came on air and it was running at 70, I think it was 73 or 76 megabytes a second upload. And you're only supposed to need 15 or 16, so pass. I don't know what the crack is, but I really enjoyed that. Thanks, Garen Brown. It's really nice to be able to play a finger professional dart player and do okay. Really impressed with that. Yeah, Garen is a quality player, he is. Yeah, he's quite a renowned player over in South Africa as well. A couple of people got in touch with me after last week's stream when he played me and said, hey, do you know who Garen Brown is? So I said, well, yeah. I said, I know he's a good dart player and what have you. I said, I know he knows Devon Peterson and a few others. And yeah, he's a serious dart player. He's a serious contender. They are a serious contender, because if you're hitting one, you're not far off hitting two. And if you're hitting two, you're not far off hitting three. So he is a seriously good dart player. And I can't wait to have a good half an hour, 45 minutes, or even an hour session with him. I think it'd be really good, really entertaining, and there's a lot I could talk to him about as well. Something dropping frames, really choppy. Right, so I'll lower the bit rate. Yeah, well, that's the only thing I can think of doing, and the only thing that I can think of that I'm doing different this week than last week. And you, 11 bull darts, you might be able to tell me this. This week is the first week I've ever streamed on like multi-stream. Now, is that normally handled by Streamlabs, or does that actually come from my computer, and does it treble my bit rate, what I'm putting out? Because at the moment I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch and Facebook. So I don't know whether that has anything to do with it. I don't know whether it comes from, whether that is actually handled by Streamlabs, or could it be that I'm running NaKKa at the same time as I'm running, because if I think on here I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras. I'm running 4 cameras and a professional microphone setup here. So could it be that's sort of like overdoing it? I don't know. I'm not, like I say, I'm frigging useless at technology. So yeah, I'm over the moon, absolutely over the moon playing Garen. I really am. So laggy, almost unwatchable. for me. I'm really sorry, lads. I don't know what I can do about it. Does it go all right when I'm not playing on NaKKa? So that's something that might have a bearing on it. Are we all right now? Is it all right now, or is it still just the same? Because if it is, then like I say, what I'll do is, it's 28 now, so we finish at 1:30. So what I'll do is, if it's still bad and it's still choppy, even though we're not on thingy, we'll set that. Right, so we'll set that, close that down, close that down. Right, now all I'm running, as you can see there, all I'm running now is 2 cameras and my my microphone. Is that any better? It's really choppy. Right, well I've tried changing cameras midstream before now and it's not turned out well. So let's have a see if we can go and let's have a see if this makes any difference, because this should. Audio sometimes drops out. Yeah, that's definitely not good. That's definitely not good. Intermission A. Right, now then, I've moved over to a different camera, same position but a different camera. Is that any better? 10 to 1 on, it's not going to be. Right, let's move you across. Now, here's something. Did it go bad after I shown you my knee? Because it doesn't take this, for some reason this Streamlabs thing does not like me moving the cameras about. Right, what have we got down, Dave? Causing the issues here, I think. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Like I say, I'm not right. Well, I would say more than not right clever at it. Absolutely frigging useless. But there you go. Right, is it still like really bad? Because it's the end of the thing of the being bad all night, buddy. Right, well I tell you what we'll do is we'll sack it now, yeah, because we've done us hour and a half and we're as far into it as we were going to go anyway. And what I'll do is I'll get it sorted out for next time. What I'll do, Dean, is I'm sure you're on my Facebook. I'm sure you're one of my Facebook friends. What I'll do is I'll get in touch with you and we might have to do a Zoom or something on a different device, and then you can sort of like guide me through it if you would. If you do that, that'd be fantastic. Well, yeah, for some reason. If it's been bad all night, then what I'm going to do is for next time is I'm going to go back onto just streaming on YouTube and not on the others. And what I'll do is I'll look into this bit rate thing. There's a couple of tutorials on Streamlabs. It's the sort of stuff that I should spend time on, but see, the thing is that's the problem, is I don't get time. Time is just, there just isn't enough hours in a day for me at all. What do you call it? Obviously with coaching, because I'm doing the coaching, I'm doing trying to do videos, so I'm filming videos, then I'm trying to do live streams, then I'm going to like Stockport Disability Darts, and then I've got a full-time job as well. It's like, it's very, very difficult to keep all them balls up in the air, believe me. Right, so anyway, thanks for watching, lads and lasses. Thanks for sticking with me and not disappearing on me. Thank you so much for that. I'm really sorry about the lagginess. We'll have this sorted out, hopefully, by Monday. But if it's not sorted out and it's not doable by Monday, then I'll let you all know. I'll put it on all the Facebook pages and the groups and what have you, that there won't be a stream on Monday night. But I'm hoping there will be test streams, and see if we can get it running properly. I think, yeah, I'm going to try that. I'm just wondering whether it's the what do we call it, the internet's dropped now. The internet's dropped right down. Yep, all the best to everybody. Take care, lads and lasses. Thanks for sticking with us. Totally hockey, everybody. Totally hockey. I'll catch you on Monday. Take care now. And thanks very much for your generosity. Take care of yourselves, lads and lasses.